To Runway DFW After Dark. You see it there. I see it there. It's an Atlas Air 747 in all of its glory. About to shuffle off to Louisville to the Worldport of UPS. Yes, it's been parked at the UPS terminal, so I'm guessing that it's operating on behalf of UPS on this Tuesday. And hello everyone, glad to have you all with us. We started a little bit early because I didn't want to miss a Queen of the Skies. You don't want to miss that, right? So the tug backs away. There you see this big old bird. "1997. That is how old this aircraft is, Atlas Air, which I think is getting we're getting the two final 747 models, one of which rolled off the final one rolled off the assembly line within the last week, and we're actually going to be taking a look at that later this evening in our downtime. But for now, we'll get a good view of this. It is just a few hundred feet away from where we are, as you can tell by the great look we get at that. And again, this is going off to Louisville. And this is a broadcast in which we will bring you lots of freight, lots of cargo, almost all of it UPS branded, but here we have an Atlas Air. Say hello to everyone. Christopher Hillman says, nice to see the live stream, Walt. Just got done watching Kevin's stream earlier tonight. Yeah, I was hoping we wouldn't cross paths. That is, I didn't want to step on his toes, but some of you may be familiar with the fact that we tried this last night. I was here last night at Founders Plaza to bring you with the intention of bringing you a live stream. Didn't turn out because the weather was not on our side. Hey, welcome Brad Ward. He says this 747 spent most of its career as a passenger plane. I'm popping my P's. A passenger plane for Singapore Airlines. A Megatop, then to Cathay Pacific for a few years before being converted. Thank you, Brad, for that deep background. So as I said, we were not here, well, we were here last night. My intention was to bring you a program, but it was just too rainy. And so that was 24 hours ago, about 12 hours ago. a tornado or very high winds hit a shopping center near here, a Sam's Club, a big discount store, ripped the roof right off of it just less than 3 miles from where I'm standing. But tonight everything is calm. There's almost no wind. It is a not unpleasant 56 degrees here. And so we're expecting to bring you a lot of good, mostly UPS cargo coming in and out.
$925, going to approach. Good day.
This is flight 1765, so if you hear that number on the
18 left, clear for takeoff on Ambler and Air Shuttle 58 Zero.
on the ATC, that'll be referring to this plane.
Let him wait, 18 left, American 797.
One of our mods, A-list flyer Chris, says, for those here in North Texas, hope everything is well after this morning's severe weather.
Cross runway 18 right at Whiskey Foxtrot, Johnny, 765 Heavy.
And indeed it was quite nasty for some.
We're at B Park, clear for takeoff 18 left, American 797. I'm flight runway 1 left, American 1399.
So there you see the skyline of Dallas there in the background.
Going departure, shuttle 5801. We're not too American, clear takeoff. 18 left, American 1399.
I'm not sure if I really made it clear at the start of this broadcast, because we didn't use our usual announcer, that this is live. This is DFW International Airport in North Texas. I'm Walt. We're here to have fun for a couple of hours while there's a lot of flights going on until about midnight. Sorry, why don't your plane take off? Let's try that.
1A left, line up and wait on board 846.
Need to get a little practice in here. It's been a week since I've been with you. I couldn't be with you over the weekend because of other engagements I was required to be at. And again, we tried this last night. Didn't work out.
RNAV Laren 1A left, clear for takeoff on board 465. Good night, Embarker 5.
Got an MD-11 that just lit up. That's not one of them right there, but we do have a UPS MD-11 that's just lit up the radar. So we should be seeing that shortly. Let's find that Atlas here. It's still parked over there, waiting for some passenger traffic to take off.
Over departure on 465.
Mark Krell, a fan of the 747. Free to Bed is here, says hello, friends. Irish Dublin says it was raining in Houston this morning. Matt C. says this camera looks fantastic watching from Carrollton, which is a Dallas suburb. Glad to have you here with us.
Ross, 18 left, cold front 18 right on Zulu, 1.8 201.
Chris says this is a beautiful sight. Good evening, everyone. Feels like forever since I've been able to tune it. Feels like forever since I've been able to bring this to you. And Vince Las Vegas says from Nighthawk at LAX to After Dark at DFW. Gotta love it. Evening, Walt and Company.
RNAV to be parked, 18 left, clip takeoff, American 269.
Runway 1A left,
Going Slightly Mad says, hello, Runway DFW. Hope you're safe from the crazy weather. Yeah, none the worse for wear here. And Dwayne C. says, a little better weather tonight. Yep. We say hello to East Texas Aviation, to Youssef Jendi, to Irish Dublin, to Cessna Textron,
Cross 18 left, port
And,
short 18 right, envelope minus 069.
look what we got here for you folks. The old trijet, yes.
Cross 18 right.
But we're going to go back to the 747. We'll pick up on the trijet in a minute.
Cross 18 right to the main. Onboard maintenance 069. Cross 69, good night.
Mr. Light 1972 says, does UPS bring their 747s to DFW? And yes, the answer is yes. I haven't seen them as frequently here recently, at least not when I'm here. Can't win, can I? Where'd that queen go? Well, that's what I mean about cargo night here. It's like a parade.
Where's departure Giant 765? Good night.
I believe Mr. Ward had some information to impart about this particular aircraft. And he says this UPS, sorry about that, MD-11, it was registered to McDonnell Douglas for a year. Looks like it wasn't taken up by Saudi Arabian Airlines, and it spent 10 years with Japan Airlines before it was converted for this purpose. So thank you, Brad. Always good to have some perspective on these aircraft.
FB Park 18 left, clear for takeoff, American 2174.
So that American Airlines plane on the right, to 737-800, is off to Fresno. As it goes by that 767 UPS, which is destined for Louisville. And the MD, by the way, that one is off to Rockford Airport in the Chicagoland area.
753, moving up just a touch. No problem.
Ooh, Brad's got some trivia. What did JAL call their MD-11s? That is a great question. The answer to which I don't know.
Number 556. That line up and wait 18 left, 556.
At 556 you heard the ATC speaking about is American Flight 556 and Airbus A321neo off to Phoenix. It's in that mix somewhere. Uncle Car Guy wants to know, hello Walt, can you catch FedEx Flight 1601 departure to Indianapolis? It's an MD-11. And I don't know. I'm guessing I'll take off on the other side. There was a FedEx MD that landed here while I was setting up. Unfortunately, I wasn't in a position to record it. We don't see too many FedEx over here. We get another takeoff here. Let's see if we can catch up with this one.
After layering, clear for takeoff, 18 left, American 2313. Left, on a flight envoy 3373. Roger, American 556, good night.
So there you got an MD on the left and a 767 on the right.
Takeoff envoy 3373. Line up right, 18 left, here, shuttle 6789.
Douglas makes the observation that cargo traffic is very busy at night, and it is indeed.
Departure, American 23.
That is one reason I'm here at this hour of the night. XLRS Aviation says, looking great, Runway DFW. What camera do you use for these night shots? It is a Sony Alpha 7S2. Not the current model, because there's an S3. But the S model is specifically designed for low light. It doesn't have a very high pixel count. But that lets it absorb more light. So that's why we
3373, let's see you.
zeroed in on this model.
American 2267, we're ready when you are.
Now here's the answer to that question. If you're not in the chat room, Brad Ward said the JAL MD-11 was known as a Jaybird.
Alright, B-bar clear for takeoff, 18 left, there, shuttle 6789. Line up and wait, 18 left, GPS 123. American 61 with you, River 18.
Okay, I've been promised a story about the UPS Worldport.
RNFC Park, clear for takeoff, 18 left, GPS 793. Wait, 18 left, GPS 793. Negative contact UPS 723. Departure UPS 723.
All right. That was fun. Now, you ready to tell your story? Okay. We got a 767 about ready to go up. Another UPS aircraft. Well, maybe they have to hold back because it's nighttime and they don't want to wake people up.
Oh, no. I'm from Louisville, where the Worldport hotel. I've heard of the screen. Yeah, see, he got off the runway at 3,500 feet.
UPS 793, have a going. Departure, good night.
Okay, so now you want to tell your story?
Yeah.
Okay, now who are we talking to?
My name's Chad Howard. I'm from Louisville, Kentucky originally, where UPS Worldport is based at.
I know I was watching. Were you watching earlier today? Big Jet TV is there today.
No, I don't follow them. I'm a truck driver. Whenever I have time off, I'm so busy I don't know what to do with myself. But nonetheless, so back in the early 90s, and between 93 and 95, my father was a package handler at Worldport. And the design,
And just to be clear, Worldport is the UPS.
it's the main UPS air hub. If you got a package that's coming from the East Coast going to the West Coast, there's a very high probability it gets sorted in Louisville and then head out to the West Coast. So if you're familiar with the airport and where I'm talking about, where the employees park, it's a little bit different now than it was then. But my father, being a mechanic and drag racer, he knew to park within the first 3 rows in the wintertime, because when they would fire the jets up that were backed in up against the black fence, you get your windows defogged instantly. But if you can look at the live stream right here in this fence, there's a viewing spot in Louisville off runway 17 right. It's about a half the distance from where we're standing to the taxiway there. And let me tell you something, when they head out of Louisville the rest of this week and next week for this peak season, the MD-11s, they're screaming out of there, and they're loud, and they sound really good. Louisville International can fit on the west side of this of DFW with ease. If you ever get a chance to go up there and film, especially during peak, definitely do it. And
Sounds like a trip.
yeah, if you go to the FedEx hub, right across your street, there's an old styrofoam manufacturing facility that's been closed for years. There's a parking lot over there, and it's got really good view of 17 right when they're taxiing down and they turn. I mean, you're literally at the north end of the runway, and there's some good stuff up there this week, and especially the first half of next week. If you're within a few hours of driving, rush hour starts at about 1:30 and really picks up at about 2:30 to 3:30, 4 o'clock. That's when it gets really busy, and there's some good stuff going out of there.
Well, if I ever get up in that vicinity, I'll be sure to have my camera with me.
Yeah, it's good. And not only that, another thing, because all the people around the airport there, they whine and complain about the noise, especially with the MD-11s. The MD-11s have to take off at like a 4,000 or 5,000 foot a minute climb rate, especially at night, just to get up and get out. And once they hit about 5,000 feet, if you're watching them, you can actually see the aircraft level off, and that's to get the sound waves from disturbing the residents. But they all sound good to me.
Well, thank you for that story. And Louisville, cool.
I'm surprised UPS hasn't sent some of the company 747s down here this past few
I know.
weeks.
I haven't seen any of their 7. Somebody was asking about that in the chat.
They were sending them to Houston, but majority of them on Flight Radar earlier today, I think, but maybe 5 or 6 of them were over in Asia.
Oh.
Running Asia routes. I I know for a fact there was 2 heading out of Hawaii today to Tokyo.
Hmm.
I seen that. I'm like,
Well, they'll be back.
damn, the moon's looking good, ain't it?
Well, thank you for that story.
Hangar from Level 3 Golf Delta. Good night.
As we've been listening to that, we've been looking at the moonrise, or at least part of the moon.
I like how it's getting a little bit crispy out here because now you can start smelling the Jet A and it smells good.
Yeah.
Let's take off 18 left from American 2375. 18 left line west for 290.
Let's get back to the aircraft action now. Pardon?
Did Qantas already head out?
I haven't seen it, so it probably did. We got a Spirit over there. That's going to Las Vegas. Can you see it? Hard to miss, even in night. An Airbus A321.
Hard to be part there, take off 18 left, bearing 290. 18 left, line up and wait, Air Shuttle 5810. Green Day, American 2375.
Austin, Texas plane spotter says a national A330-200 is on approach. Is it really? That counts as a cool plane to get. Trying to untwist my phone here. Looking for this national plane that's coming in. We've got a UPS 757 on its final approach. So we'll set up to bring you that, shall we? That's not much of a view, is it? There's the moon again as it rises in the sky. We're so accustomed to bringing you a sunrise shot from over there that I don't think I've seen the moon come up that way. Well, that's a noisy vehicle. It's backing in now. I dare say it's making more noise than the planes. So after we watch this UPS plane come in, we'll turn our attention to one that's going out. The The plane in question is a UPS Flight 791 coming in from San Antonio in Texas. That's not it there. That's a plane that was coming in on the other side. Oh, I see the national plane. Looks like it may be coming in on the east side of the Aeropuerto. We'll keep our eye on it.
So departure seat is good.
See how much of this we can bring you. What we have in the foreground here is the DFW Founders Plaza. This plane was a little further out than I thought. M.R. Rice says, good night, Walt. So I don't know if you're coming or going, M.R., but if you're going, good night to you. And if you're just tuning in, welcome. All right, here comes the 757.
Kilo Charles to the ramp, 791.
Seth Bias says Runway DFW should come and film at Waco Regional sometime. Well, I have nothing against Waco Regional. I am certainly certain that it's a very fine airport. I can't tell you what this is right now. It's... Can I even... Let's see. N143UP. Looks like a 767. No, it's an Airbus A300. Now, 6 minutes ago, Steve Remy favored us with a super chat. $10 says, love the shots of the cruise on the tarmac. Well, we hope to bring you some more of that, Steve. Thank you for that kind contribution to the Runway DFW Nighttime Camera Fund. There's the West Tower at DFW in the background there. And did I even tell you where this was going? It's not wasting any time getting out of there, I must say.
American 2448 Whiskey Hotel. We're going to still wait for our numbers. Okay, next we'll just pull up to the top here and wait.
So this is going to guess where? Louisville or Louisville. It blinded me with the light.
Line 224 set.
I've lost all track of time now. How long have we been on the air?
B Park 18.
37 minutes.
American 2224.
Cross 18 right, Yankee, hold short of 18 left. Polar 10.
This is confusing because it's an A300, but the flight number is 767. Go figure. That plane dates back to the year 2002. Alexander Pham says National might land on the west. I suspect it's going to, based upon its trajectory. Oh no, you know what? I think it's going to land on this side. Well, howdy do. So thank you, West Tower.
Target Aviation, Chicago 365, 1A right.
And again, we're talking about National Flight 365, an Airbus A330 coming in from Savannah, Georgia. And it is now...
Can we get the full link? We don't have the number.
just a couple minutes out.
Left Echo Whiskey Fox, 4102. Sorry about that. RNAV to B Park 18 left, clear for takeoff, UPS 767 heavy.
224, good night, next route.
You know, people have suggested I get UPS to sponsor Runway DFW. Okay, so we'll try to get most of this takeoff and then we'll swing back and catch the National. So we'll get an A300 and an A330 for you. All cargo most of the time. A baller air cargo, what? So there it goes. Now we're going to make an inelegant pan to the left.
Heavy 12.
Over air cargo. Here comes National.
Tower American at 2448, we got our numbers and all set. American at 2448, we're got our numbers and we're ready to go.
I have not seen one of those in an age. Very distinctive blue livery. I think I've seen a National 747 here. I don't think I've ever seen an A330 though. So there you go. Shall we look at find the polar air cargo? And that one is a regular visitor. It goes back and forth to...
We are ready for Polar 132.
back and forth to Cincinnati. Or Cincinnati, as some might say. Dropped right off the radar as I was looking at it.
B Park, winning left, clear for takeoff, Polar 132.
Uncle Car Guy wants us to catch FedEx Flight 1601. I'll be on the lookout for it. I haven't seen it.
Let's get a Polo 102 heavy. Arnett, B Park, clear for takeoff, 18 left, American, 2448.
What do they got attached to that plane over there? What are they looking at? Those ground crews are scurrying about. Bradley Smith with a $9.99 super chat says, appreciate you sharing the planes with us. DFW is one of my favorites. Keep up the great work. Thank you, Bradley Smith of Chattanooga, Tennessee. Certainly appreciate that. Douglas Serrano says a UPS 757 from Orlando is next to arrive. Trying to find it on my radar screen here. I see an A300 from, oh no, that's the one that just left. There's UPS 757 coming in from San Bernardino, California.
2448, switch, good night.
Which should be here in the next few minutes. There's another UPS 757 coming in from Houston. And another 757 coming in from Tampa. I remember the last time we did this nighttime stuff, I saw more 757s than I'd ever seen in my life. Mike Washka says, good evening, Walt. Are you there during the days now, like last year at this time? Usually only on the weekends. Well, some mornings. I haven't been here in the morning this week yet. I don't think I was here in the morning last week either. But it just varies. It depends on somewhat on my schedule and sometimes on the weather, a lot of times on the weather. Hey, Qantas, what are you doing here? You spirit of Australia. We get to see you land. We don't often get to see you blast off to down under land. This is the Sydney flight, not the Melbourne flight, which was just inaugurated a few days ago. But the daily Sydney Dreamliner 787-9. Points Traveler says, love the night streams. Thank you, Points Traveler. Well, you know, it works out for me because I work during the day, my regular job. And I really couldn't do this until I got this camera. And again, this is a Sony Alpha 7 S2, not the current model, which is an S3, but I deemed it to be good enough for our purposes. But until I had this camera, you know, once the sun went down with the Panasonic camcorder that I'd been using, it's a fine piece of kit, but it just doesn't handle darkness very well. And this particular camera is pretty much made for it, so.
UPS 1349, switch on runway 18 right.
So this is
Runway right, clear to land, ETA 1349.
Qantas Flight 8 is about to embark on a very long journey. Not the longest one from here, because the longest one is now to Melbourne. It's still a pretty long flight. And as you might have seen or heard, American is now flying to Auckland, New Zealand. So we've got a lot of seats available to that part of the world now. Well, as this is going out, we've got the UPS 757 coming in from Houston Intercontinental. We may see them cross paths here.
Okay, thanks for that. No
As
big
we
deal.
continue our quest to bring you cool stuff on Runway DFW After Dark.
For the visual anyway.
Let's see if we can wrangle our way around to catch this 757 without making you too dizzy.
Yes, 1349.
On your Blair Cliff, take up a caution, American 2051.
Go back for a second. There's that national plane. It was a cargo plane, wasn't it? Or was that a passenger plane? Maybe that's a charter.
Right off of Whiskey Kilo, ETA 775.
That is a passenger plane.
Whiskey Kilo, Charlie, the ramp, this frequency is
So, could be some sort of a sports charter, huh? Somebody might have the answer. Local car guy says Runway DFW, a private 737-100 is landing on the other side. And he refers to the east side of the airport. Is that something that comes in on the radar? I'm not sure. I'll be on the lookout for it. But meantime, we can bring you the arrival of another UPS cargo plane. There it is.
Good partner, thanks so much. Have a good night. 2051.
ETA 1349, I'll be right turn Whiskey Kilo.
Now back to that 737-100.
GPS 1349, right turn, Whiskey Kilo. Kilo, Charlie to the ramp, this frequency, GPS 1349 tonight.
Well, I am not seeing it.
Takeoff, 18 left, heading 190, American 35.
I was talking about that American Airlines flight to Auckland. I believe that's it right there. Dial up the gain a bit. It's American Flight 35, a 787-9. Headed off to Kiwi Land.
Yes, I know.
Hello, Charlie to the left. 35.
Wheels up for Auckland.
Heavy, good day.
The parade of UPS jets continues as we welcome, I think, another one. Yeah.
American 2564 on at the B-spot, clear for takeoff, 18. Kilo Charlie ramp is 995.
American 1458, still waiting on our numbers, gotta get company info.
You got 3 in 1 shot there.
Yeah, quick spot, 34.
Blue Stem, Illinois Prairie says, "Good evening all. I only stay up this late for Runway DFW. It is rather like an aviation ballet as these planes come in, isn't it? Find their parking spot. So I know this isn't the Louisville Worldport, but kind of seems that way at this time of night.
There you go.
Our friend Raina Taylor says 3 UPS cargo, love it.
1458, ready to go. Whiskey Fox on 18.
And Sean of Reno, Nevada speculates they probably got some Christmas presents and more aboard those aircraft,
Park, 20 left, clear for takeoff.
ready to be disembarked. Got some scurrying about there as they get ready to load and unload. Beve says, or like the rendition, like my comparison to Aviation Ballet. Thank you, Beve. Anna McGuffin says, are you going to be live streaming on December 27th? I don't even know if I'm going to be live streaming 3 days from now, to be frank. I don't mean to be flip about that, but no, I honestly don't know. Yes, Vince, a true 757 paradise. Uncle Car Guy says FedEx 1601 pushed back on the other side. I am seeing it. It is an MD-11, so keep an eye on that. Douglas says, wish you could stream at Alliance sometime, Walt, and for our worldwide viewers, Alliance is another airport not too far from here. It is pretty much mostly cargo. Well, it has no scheduled passenger service to my knowledge, but it has cargo and corporate and general aviation over there. I don't know if that would support the traffic that is needed for a live stream. Maybe they have. I haven't really looked over there at their schedule. You know, it's possible they could have bursts like this that would make it worthy of an hour or two live stream. I'll have to check into that, Douglas. Graphic Sign and Design says, what a great day of plane spotting. Airline Videos Live to DFW with Walt. Yes, Kevin has his marathon today up on the roof of the H Hotel there at LAX. And Mrs. Runway DFW was at home messaging me saying, "Oh, I don't know, Kevin's still on the air. You're not going to have any audience tonight." But he ended shortly before we signed on, so it all worked out. So those of you who needed even more of an aviation fix, here it is. All right, well, Uncle Car Guy, I'm seeing that FedEx plane, the MD, pushing back, or it's on the move. Trying to see if I can get you a shot of the moon here. There it is. Is that as close as we can get? Yes, that's as close as we can get with our technology there. Well, you can see some craters. I believe we had a spacecraft that took some really much better pictures than this in recent days. Okay, so what's that FedEx flight doing? It's moving towards what looks to be one of the runways over there on the east side.
After departure, good night.
I have Iron 18 left clear, check out the car 32.
So what we'll attempt to do is, with a bit of legerdemain, pick it out of the sky. I don't know how successful we'll be at that. Oh, we'll give it a try. Yeah, I don't know how much of this we're going to be able to see. But we'll try to light up the sky here and try to be in the general vicinity of... Oh, there it is. It didn't take long to get up there, did it? So that's about as close as we can get to it, Uncle Car Guy.
Leonard 18 left clear for takeoff, American 1364.
Kind of fuzzy at this this extension.
Okay, let's go 32 Tony.
I don't know if you can see it on my screen. I'm looking at about almost a 7-inch viewfinder. I think I could actually see some stars in the sky being picked up by this sensor. So that's that.
Clarence, 1 last beard for second, Mike 785.
We should probably do a little station identification here, shouldn't we? Yes, it's Runway DFW After Dark. Coming to you live from Dallas Fort Worth International Airport in North Texas. My name is Walt. We are at DFW Founders Plaza, and we'll be here with you for, I'm going to say, another 45 minutes or so, or until things cool down. So until then, hang out with us. We're about to see. Take a look at Korean Air Flight 8256 on its way back to Seoul. 777 on Runway DFW After Dark. It's Tuesday, December number 13, 2022. Not too much longer till Christmas time. And I'm on the hunt now for the Korean Air 777. And you'll have to believe me when I say it's not something you can see with your eyes at this point. But I believe flight radar, I believe it's there. Can you help me find it? Let me punch up the right camera here. Okay, now we're going to swing. Kind of looking to the east now. We're going to deviate towards the south and see where this big 777 is. Do you see it yet? That's not it. Huh. Oh, you know why I don't see it? Because it's a cargo plane and it's coming from this side. And it's almost right in front of me. There's that familiar logo on the tail, all lit up. It's Korean Air Cargo going back to Seoul. There's the central control tower here at DFW behind it. It's the original control tower. It's no longer in regular use, although it's fully equipped.
Runway 18 left, clear for takeoff, runway 18 left, Korean Air 8256.
I am envisioning a big turn here shortly. It has arrived at the north end of runway 18 left. And we'll turn south for takeoff.
Daniel H256 per day. Ron American 679. Yeah, right before the turn there on Golf, where we transition to Golf again, looks like there's a steel plate that's out of place. Yeah, right where we make that turn, where Golf curves over just beyond Yankee there. Affirmative.
Clicky Boy says, we love Runway DFW After Dark. Well, who doesn't love Runway DFW After Dark?
RNAV to B Park, 18 left, clear for takeoff, American 679.
It's a world sensation. Here's American Flight 679. Wow, an American Airlines plane. We're normally lousy with American Airlines planes, but tonight, not so much. Got so much other stuff to see. But this one is Flight 679. Did I say that? It's an Airbus A321. And in a few hours from now, it will be in Phoenix.
American 679, good day, or good night.
Alright, things have fallen quiet here at the big airport. You know what I was going to show you? Well, no, we've got, we've got another 757 coming in. It's almost here. UPS Flight 561 from Minneapolis, St. Paul, the Twin Cities. We must bring that to you. It's imperative. A fellow plane spotter there. Perhaps waiting for the opportunity to view another 757 aircraft. Uncle Car Guy says, how is Founders Plaza? And doesn't seem to have been damaged by the high winds that, as we spoke earlier, caused some pretty severe damage to a Sam's Club less than 3 miles from here. Early this morning. Not early this morning, yes, this morning, as storms went through the area. But I didn't hear tell of any damage in and around the airport, which I guess is good. The moon has now peeked behind some clouds as we await this flight from Minneapolis, St. Paul. I'll give it to you in advance. This plane dates back to
1999.
So yeah, should you be a fan of the 757, good place to hang out.
Let's chill it.
We'd like to acknowledge a very nice super chat from Blue Stem, Illinois Prairie. Well, thanks for the entertaining streams and the witty repartee during 2022. Hoping that both DFW and my airport, Chicago O'Hare, get those Fiji planes in the coming year. Yeah, I heard something about that. Fiji wants to expand. That would be very cool. Yeah, there's some planes we just don't get here yet. While we have a flight to New Zealand, we don't have any Air New Zealand flights here. We don't get KLM. We don't get any Chinese airlines or Taiwan Airlines except for cargo flights. So yeah, there's lots of airlines that we'd like to. I'd love to see one of those Condor planes. You know the Condor planes with the beach striped towel, the beach towel stripes. Have you seen those? Crazy. I think we have time to sneak this in now. It happened last week. And I was hoping to come to you with this before that. But, you know, 747, the final 747 rolled off the assembly line last week. Meanwhile, another Boeing product, this 757, just arrived. We're back to live now. I was thinking about this the other day. I'm old enough to remember when video replays were a brand new thing in sports television. And for a number of years after they inaugurated instant replays, they were very careful to put a little notification in the corner of the screen that said something like replay or tape, or, you know, just so you wouldn't get confused that this was not live coverage. I don't know when they stopped doing that. It's a long time ago, but I think they felt it was confusing to the viewer to see something that just had happened again. Because it was quite novel when it first started. We don't give it a second thought now, do we? Beve says, if you haven't already, please hit the like button. It helps the channel, and it does. And we should acknowledge Beve and the other fine moderators here, members of the Moderation Federation on Runway DFW, many of whom are here quite regularly, even though we are on the air at odd times of the day, sometimes, depending on where you are in the world. So thanks to all of you. Thumbs up to all of you. There was also, I think it was being noted on Kevin's stream today, on Airline Videos Live, that at least on the iPad app, there was now a button on the interface where you could hit it and make stars appear or thumbs up appear. And everybody's quite puzzled about it. And I have no insight as to what it is or why it's there, but if you see it, I guess it exists. Okay, we've got an A300 coming in. Another UPS plane. It's coming in from Phoenix. And we'll take a look at that as it arrives here on Runway DFW After Dark. And that view there is not from our primary camera. In fact, that's from our $50 action camera clone. It's not quite a GoPro, really, but it gives us something we can switch to while we swing our big camera around. And you're looking south towards it's kind of a wide shot of the UPS cargo facility there. Just killing a little time until the A300 gets here. And here it comes. As we've mentioned on more than one occasion, that curtain of antennas there is Cedar Hill, Texas. It's 24 miles from where our camera is. But it looks like you could reach out and touch them, doesn't it? Cookie Boy says, I have a general question on Flight Radar and departures on DFW. I see an Air Chatham's 747 supposed to be departing, but Air Chatham's doesn't have any 747s. Is this some sort of a glitch? I think it may be. I've seen that before. I've never seen an Air Chatham's plane here before, but I think it may be kind of like code sharing. I may be wrong about this. You know how airlines code share? Passenger airlines code share, and for instance, you could buy a seat on British Airways, but wind up on an American Airlines airplane because they do code sharing. They're part of the same group. They're the One World Alliance. So they may have something like that in cargo. I'm not really sure. Maybe somebody in the chat room knows the answer to that. Another super chat to acknowledge from O'Malley. Mr. DFW, great stream. Thanks. Keep up the good work. Thank you, O'Malley, for that $10. That goes into our kitty for our payments on this camera and lens. Much appreciated. It really is fun to bring you this content at this time of night. A little more laid back, and yet there's so much action you wouldn't expect. And something happens like this in reverse in the wee hours of the morning, and all these planes that have come in have to go out. I won't be here till then. Gotta get to bed and take my grandson to school in the morning and go to work, all that kind of stuff. But so I don't know, this kind of format works out well for me to be here at this time of night, as long as I don't care about sleeping. And you know what they say about sleeping. Another tri-jet is hanging out back there. You can see the tail. Clicky Boy says, thanks for the explanation. Walt, you're going to be streaming when the Cathay Pacific 747 is scheduled to land at 11:45. Hey, if it's going to land at 11:45, I'm going to be here, just as I will be for the arrival of this A300, which is coming in from Memphis. Our next arrival on Runway DFW. Where are you? So see, it's not all about 757s. We've got the A300s covered as well. Sleep is overrated, says O'Malley. Hans Von Reach says, good morning from the Netherlands. And Larry says, Walt, what is this thing you call sleep? Well, you know, when you work in TV news, as I have all of my life, all of my adult life, yeah, sleep is a thing which
Depart QPS 13 for you.
is often unfamiliar. And Mike Lee says, I love watching your live stream. Thank you, Mike. I love having you and all of our good friends out there hanging out with us. And Emery says, this is from Memphis, this plane. Did I fail to announce that? Sorry about that. Dates back to the year 2003. A few minutes out is another 767 of the UPS variety, coming in from Ontario in California. It's a few minutes out. Where's that 747 I heard so much about? No. I'm not seeing any 747s that are on the radar that are headed to Dallas, at least within the time frame that I will be here, so... We were lucky enough to see one at the top of our broadcast. So I'll count that as a win. I should be showing you this, shouldn't I? Just see an A300 come in. I believe we did. Clicky Boy says, Flight Radar only shows it is scheduled, so it might even be coming. You know, I get tricked into that by Flight Radar sometimes. they'll show something on the airport's schedule, and I'll say, oh yeah, and then I think, well, if it were going to be coming here, wouldn't you be able to see it in flight? And if it's not in flight, and it should be in flight, then it probably never took off, and it's just a scheduling error, or just just an anomaly. So here you go, A300 fans. Don't know where it's going to go in. Kind of running out of room over there. Ah, they got some room. Going to the back, they got lots of room back there. Larry Hawkins says, I remember when UPS used to have a Chicago DFW Chicago run, but I haven't seen it in a year or so. I'm trying to remember if I've seen them come in and out of RFD Airport, which is in the Chicago area. So we've got vectoring in now. Looks like the next plane coming in, and it's still maybe 4 or 5 minutes out, is another 757, a UPS flight coming in from Miami. And that'll be followed by a 767 UPS flight from Ontario, California. Didn't we have an Ontario, California flight? Did it come in or go out? I can't remember. There is the East Control Tower with the skyline of Dallas in the background. Glimmering at night. Kiwi Whispers ASMR says, "Hi Walt, hope you and yours were safe after the tornadoes tore through the area this morning. Thanks for the surprise late night stream." Yeah, we had a kind of a surprise one last night. Well, there you see the green building lighting up. I didn't see it before. The green building there on the right of your screen. Call it the green building. It's the Bank of America Tower in downtown Indianapolis. I saw it flashing in different colors earlier. I'll have to keep an eye on that. But anyway, as we mentioned earlier, there was a big retail store, warehouse store called Sam's Club, less than 3 miles from where I am standing, and it was ripped apart by either very, very high winds or a tornado. And that was this morning, just a few hours ago. No one was hurt, as I understand, at the store, thankfully. But I don't know that there was any damage here, so that's good at the airport. Hello, Mary Extraordinaire. She says, hi, Walt. This has a nice ambiance to it. Thank you. It's fun.
American 26, you're going to have to be parked, clear for takeoff, 18 left.
This is Runway DFW.
It's fun!
I just said it's fun. Well, I guess that kind of reinforces what I said. Okay, here comes the flight from Ontario. It's almost like UPS comes in here at night and says to American, move over, buddy, we're taking over.
Whiskey Kilo California. Yes, 34 taking off.
So that was... What was that? Well, that was a flight from Miami. That was a 757 from Miami. Next up will be the 767 from Ontario in California. So let's get ready for that. We'll get our camera lined up here. Try to aim it at the right place. I think we're in approximately the right position now. So it's coming, I promise. Emery says, seems to me passenger flights are done for the night, only cargo. Well, no. Au contraire, there are a few red-eye flights that come and go from Las Vegas and Los Angeles and West Coast cities. Let's see how far away we can see this. We have some obstructions. Let's see the DFW Plaza in the foreground. Here it comes through the trees.
Flash American 28-606. Color departure, UPS 929.
So one of those passenger planes we just we're talking about, one of those red-eye flights coming in from Phoenix in just a second, American Airlines. It'll be an A321 on its final approach. That sounds like it's getting ready to take off. So okay, yes, we'll get you a passenger plane here. It's going to be American Airlines flight number. Oh, it's coming in on the other side. Boo. Well, we'll see what we can do. It's American flight 633 from Phoenix, an A321 Neo, and we'll pick it out of the sky for you. Don't expect to see too much, because it's far away. It's coming in on the east side of DFW Airport. We may have to digitally zoom in on that. And yeah, there are some obstructions in the way. And that is it. That's all we can see. LG Strom with a $10 super chat. You need hot chocolate after the show. You know, usually after the show I go to a Starbucks and do some work, but we don't have any 24-hour Starbucks here. So I think I'm just going to go right home. Well, I can't go right home. I got to pack up all this stuff first. There you can kind of get an idea of how nicely situated DFW Founders Plaza is, because there's the double fence that provides security around the perimeter of the airport, but we're a comfortable distance above it, so we don't have to climb up ladders or get on any kind of a podium in order to bring you these nice shots. So thumbs up, thank you to DFW International Airport for providing Founders Plaza for anybody who wants to come out and just look at planes. It's free. There's a 767 that came in from Ontario.
111, standby 111. 111 closed, Port 111. I need to close to cross taxi with copy.
I thought I heard him say 18 left is closed.
Golf 8 and Whiskey Lima between Echo and Foxtrot.
18 left is the primary takeoff runway here on the west side. And there aren't many takeoffs at this hour.
We'll be doing friction testing sometime later tonight. I'll give you a heads up as soon as I know the time.
Jack Stein says, didn't think I'd enjoy watching something like this after spending all day working at the airport, but I guess I like airports more than I thought. This is nice. Thank you for that kind comment, Jack. Well, it's a midnight, so it's a new day here at Runway DFW. After Dark. Where's my After Dark music? So yes, you're watching Runway DFW After Dark. Or should I say, you're watching Runway DFW After Dark. And we've been here with you for a little more than 2 hours. I think we'll hang out for one more aircraft coming in. Be another 757, another UPS coming in from Denver this time. That'll do it. So hang out with us for a few more minutes. Happy to have you on board for Runway DFW After Dark. And this date is now incorrect. It's now Wednesday, December 14th, 2022. So pay no attention to the words on the screen. Oh, another super chat. This one from Pat. Hello, Pat. Thank you. Loving the night stream. I so appreciate that. I love doing this. So we're even. But it is fun. This plane of which I spoke moments ago. Ooh. It's an oldie. I'm going to have to cue up my real old music for this one. It's a 757, yeah. This one's coming in from Denver. But you're looking at the east tower of DFW there, not the plane of which we speak. But we will give it its due. The singers are queued up. Douglas says you should do an After Dark stream for Halloween next year. Well, something to think about. I don't think I had this capability last on this past Halloween. This is this night stuff is new technology for us. We've got a plane backing out here. Do I see it on the radar? No. So maybe we'll have to wait for a UPS plane to take off. You can kind of see it there on the left side of your screen. It's not lit up at all. But we are now waiting for this vintage 757 coming in from Denver. And here it comes now. One of our final planes on Runway DFW this now Wednesday morning. So there you go, that elegant bird that we just saw there dates back to the year. Oh, now I'm getting photobombed. Okay, there's the plane we were talking about. As it turns, we will favor you with its date of birth.
1988.
Yes, that is an oldie. Still looking good. Still looking very good. Another 757. This one's going out to Louisville. And this one also is vintage.
1988.
So a couple of 1988 vintage planes for you. All right, we'll do one more. It's another UPS plane. It's another 767 this time. See if we can give you an extended look at its arrival. This one's a little newer.
1996.
So 20th century aviation action for you in the middle of the night. At least it's the middle of the night here. Alright, let me check the radar here. I think that's going to do it for us, because we got a adios, get a little bit of sleep, and head into the next day, which it already is. So,
Kilo Charlie near the ramp, you using sign 33 heavy.
so here we go. You have been watching Runway DFW After Dark. It's Walt here. I want to thank all of you for watching. For those of you who have just found us, thank you for coming on in here. If you've subscribed, great. If you've contributed to the cause, thank you very much. Thanks to all our great mods who stayed up late with us tonight. Thank you to Kevin of Airline Videos Live for supplying the Jackery battery power for us. Come on back and we will help you out as much as we can, Kevin, if you want to come back here someday to DFW Founders Plaza. So thanks again, and we'll see you next time on Runway DFW. Good night, good morning, good evening, and happy contrails to you until we meet again.
is Right, which follows at most of these CBS stations.
We hope you liked it. Too late to change it now.
Tower, you've got 13-0 and heavy with you, visual for 1-8 right. Clear to land 1-8 right.